Testing, check, check, 1, 2, 3. Can you hear me over there, Flow College? Check, 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 test, test, 1, 2, 3. I got no worries, but thank you though. Check, 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 my check, 1, 2, 3. Flow, check, flow test, flow test, flow test. Flow test, check, check. Check, check, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Second match of the tri-match, St. John Fisher versus Regent. Check, 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 my check, test, test, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Check, 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 my check. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Check, check, my check. Test, 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 test. Testing. Flo, can you hear me over there for the tri-match? Second match of the day. Check, check, check. Check, check, my check. Test, test, 1, 2, 3. Tri-match. St. John Fisher versus Regent. Check, 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 check. My check. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Check, 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 check. Check, 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 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Averett Sports Network. If you're just joining us, hi again. I'm Wyatt Ockpole. Glad to be here with you for this second match out of the three for the tri-match today. We're going to get started here with this second match here in about 24-ish minutes. I want to give you a little bit of preview for this match. We just saw St. John's Fisher University out of Pittsford, New York, just take down the home Averett University Cougars 3-0 as Averett now drops to 3-11 on the season, as St. John's Fisher now goes to 10-9 with a winning record here in Danville. Now they come back and they start the second set against Regent University, based out of Virginia Beach, Virginia. As Regent comes in, as the third team for this tri-match here, hosted in the Grand Center, Averett University comes into Friday night. 2-8 so far this season. Have dropped their last match to Roanoke College at Roanoke, and a 3-0 set sweep by the Maroons. Regent's last win was on February 21st at Carolina University, so kind of takes that into perspective as they're also looking to come back here and get a win to get back in the win column here at Averett as a part of this tri-match. Regent University also comes in, also going to another tri-match hosted by the University of Lynchburg here later on this week. Actually, hosted tomorrow at the University of Lynchburg. So both the Cougars and Regent will also be there. So we'll see how that happens here, based on what happens actually here tonight too. So, but Regent is known as a university with strong attackers on the front line, and as they're able to put away teams rather quickly. Look at the roster here. It's number 2 Errol Downer, number 3 Thaden Rolls, number 4 Sam Parsons, number 6 Miguel Harris, number 11 Preston Nematai, number 13 Keith Larkin, number 17 Reich Peter, number 18 Jackson Gray, and number 99 Lucas Whitman. And the head coach for the Royals is Colby Yawn in his very first season this season, and the assistant who is assisted by Brady Sullivan. As we'll see both the Cardinals and the Royals here hit the court here in about 20-odd minutes here to start this one. So we'll be right back here on the Averett Sports Network in about 20 minutes here for the start of this one here in the Grand Center. We'll be right back here on the Averett Sports Network. And here we go with teams lining up here for starting introductions here for starting lineups here for the second match out of three out of this tri-match today between St. John's Fisher University at Pittsford, Virginia, and Regent University out of Virginia Beach, Virginia. Looking at starters for both teams, starting with the home team for this match, which is St. John's Fisher. It's number 1, Connor Holmes. Number 7, Stone Place. Keluveanji Sume. Tyler Cohen, number 4, Tyler Cohen. Number 6, Gabe Robert Deary.
Number 2, Ariel Downer.
Robert Deary, I should say. Number 3, Colton Walter. And number 20, Guillermo Perez. Let's look over at the visiting side, which is number 11, number 11, Preston Nematai. Number 17, Reich Peter. Number 13, Keith Larkin. Number 4, Sam Parsons. Number 18, Jackson Gray. And number 99, Lucas Whitman.
And now over to the designated home team for this match, St. John's Fisher.
As we come into the second match of the day, as the first match ended up in a 3-0 set sweep result for St. John's Fisher, with them moving to 10-9 on the season as they come into the second match of the day. As the Cougars will get a break there and we'll get a little bit of something to eat, as we're going to be going late tonight here in the Grand Center towards the end of this tri-match, as our PA announcer Dominic Savorzak has announced starting lineups, and we'll get going here in just a second as both teams take the court, and we're going to take a quick break here on the Averett Sports Network. We'll be right back in just a second here for the start of this one. And here we go with St. John's Fisher coming into this second straight match, looking to get yet another win here tonight and go 2-0 here in this tri-match. As the libero for Regent has just checked in, that's number 2, Ariel Downer, as he'll check out for number 18, Jackson Gray. So it'll be Whittam here to start it out here for Regent. Whittam gets it over the net as the first serve of the second match goes out of bounds. And it'll be point going to the home team, which is St. John's Fisher, for this match. As the serve will come over for Tyler Cohen, as Regent's first poke over the net goes again out of bounds, as that is 2 straight points for St. John's Fisher to start the first set out of this one. Cohen with the Oakley-looking glasses. Whittam on the front line. Back over the net goes Regent. Long strike coming from St. John's, and that's part of Tyler Cohen coming back over to give St. John's 3 straight points in a row here to start this one out. Cohen over the net. Over to Whittam. Back over the net is number 13. That's Keith Larkin. As Regent will get a point back here after that one. Larkin will be the one to serve it away here, as he was the one that just got the last point for Regent. As Larkin is right there, as Downer makes an excellent save, as though he was way out of bounds, as he is not able to bring that one back in. And he'll give St. John's a 4-1 lead here to start this one out. As it'll be number 7. That's Sonepyth. As that one goes all out of bounds off the hands of number 11 for Regent. That's Preston Nematai. As he's not quite able to keep that one in, as the lead is now grown 5-1 here so far in this first set. As Downer is right there, Whittam with the set. Attack on the part of number 4. That's a strong attack on the part of Sam Parsons, who was able to put that one away for the Royals. As the Royals have now brought this one into a 3-point deficit. As there'll be Peter to start this one out for the Royals. As a strong kill on the part of number 1, that's Connor Holmes. As a strong set him up for what was an unstoppable attack over on the far side back corner. Right there in between the back two defenders for the Royals, as Whittam's right there to set up an attack, as that one goes out of bounds and off the hands of the Royals. And the Cardinals have now taken a 7-2 lead here so far, as they have come out again strong here to start this one out. Is a little bit of a missed tap from Downer, goes out of bounds, and the lead expands to to 6. There we go. For those of you watching at home, there we go. There's a scoreboard for you. As that one goes down for St. John's. A strong attack by the St. John's offense has just come out and overpowered Regent so far. As that one gets blocked by the front line for the Royals, but goes out of bounds as it is unable to stay in bounds. So the Royals want to talk it over, so we're going to take a quick break with them. We'll be right back here on the Averett Sports Network, just out of the timeout. And here we go, just out of the timeout here. It'll be looks like number 1, that's Connor Holmes, to serve it away here for St. John's. As Holmes gets it over the net, over to Peter, back over the net is a strong save by Holmes as the ball hits the ceiling of this of the Grand Center as it goes out of bounds. and off the net, so it'll be a point in favor of Regent, as Regent has now narrowed the lead to 7, as Nematai gets that one back, as Downer is not able to dig that one out, so it'll bring the lead to 11-3 now here for St. John's. The serve over the net on a part of St. John's. Back over the net is Whitman. Back over the net is number 4. That's Sam Parsons as he came on the attack, as that point will go over to Regent on the kill. As Regent came out with a strong attack on that one. A serve over the net from Regent. Oh, 2 straight tips saved by the Cardinals. Back over to Whitman. A strong attack by the Royals ends up with a kill as it goes down in part of number 18, Jackson Gray, right there on the front line, as he was able to come up and put that one away for the Royals, as they now get that one back, and now they're only down by 6. As a big block there from the front line for the Royals. Taps it out of bounds, so not quite able to keep it inbounds, and will give St. John's Fisher yet another point, as this lead has now swelled 12-5. Serve over here from number 3, that's Colton Welter. As he gives his team the 13-5 lead. Welter back for yet another serve. Gets it over to Downer. Back over to Whitman. Finds the Royals offense. Back over the Cardinals defense. Not quite able to get it over the net. I'm part of number 15, Nathan Drager. As Downer will check out here and get his first break, and we'll get a little bit of a sip of water. Gray back over the net to the Cardinal defense, as that will go long off of Drager, as Drager not quite able to keep that one in bounds. 2 straight points now for Regent. As a kill there in part of number 20, that's Guillermo Perez, as he's able to put that one away for the Cardinals. Perez over the net. Goes way out of bounds, and Perez not quite able to keep it in bounds. That'll give Regent back yet another point, as they have now brought this game to just within 9. Single digits now, as it'll be Lucas Whittam to step back, take the serve here for Regent. Whitman set up for number 7. That's Sompythe. Carlisle over to Drager, over to Downer, over to Whitman. Over the net go the Royals. Good volley here going on here by both teams. Good attack there as Holmes is able to save it. That's Carlisle able to save it. Sorry, Welter. As it looks like it'll be Drager here to check out here for the Cardinals, as he'll get a break. As Downer checks back in, Whitman over the net go the Royals, as that one goes long off the hands of Nematai. as the Cardinals still have a 16-8 lead here in the Grant Center as Downer gets it over to Whitman. Whitman sets it up for Nematai. Whitman with the set, back over the net on the attack. Go to the front line for the Royals. Step back as a little miscommunication here from the Cardinals. Ends up with a point going towards Regent. So the Royals will get a chance to serve here as that'll be number 18, Jackson Gray. Gray gives the Royals a 16-10 deficit, but gets them back a point. Sorry, that's Keith Larkin to give them back a point. Larkin will go over the net, but no, not quite able to get that one over, as he'll give St. John's Fisher back in another point as they'll now expand their lead to 7 here in this first set of this one. As that is Soampythe. Whitman over the net. Big block here from St. John's, though, as they're not quite able to put that one back over the net, as it'll be another point going towards Regent. 6-point deficit again here for the Royals. It'll be Reich Peter here to start this one out here for the Royals. Gets over to Carwile. As that was a strong kill from number 3, it's Colton Welter, as there was no stopping that attack, as he was able to find some space on the left near side. Back over the net, go the Cardinals, go. Good attack from Welter. Welter with the tap. Welter able to find some lift, able to fake out the Regent defense a little bit and able to create some space on the opponent's side, and able to just lightly tap the ball over the net and give St. John's yet another point back. Another attack here from the Cardinals, goes out of bounds off the hands of, looked like number 18. That's Jackson Gray. As it looks like Regent wants to talk it over, and they're going to call a timeout. So we'll be right back here on the Averett Sports Network, as we'll take it with them, and we will be right back here in just a moment. Play is continued here in the Grant Center with number 14 for the Cardinals. Step back to take the serve, as that's Nick Terratakalia. As Fisher gets that point back, as they have now expanded their lead to 8. thanks to part of the miscommunication on the Regent side. Whitman right there for the tap over, and a long strike from Keith Larkin goes way out of bounds. And Fisher is now 3 points here from set point. As Fisher gets the ball over the net, over as that one goes just off the line, and it'll be another point for Fisher as they have now gone up by 10. Cardinals back over the line as that's a great serve. Over the net is number 4, Tyler Cohen. As Cohen and Welter put his team up by 11 now. Back over the net is number 13. Sorry, that's Nick Terataclia. Terataclia, I should say. Terataclia back to the serve. As he's not quite able to put it on the other side of the net, so looks like it'll be Luke Zimmerman here to come back in here for come in for his first minutes here today. As that one will go over the net to Zimmerman. Over the net is number 8. That's Jimmy Roberts. Over to Zimmerman. Over to Cohen. Back to Roberts as that one goes over the net and it'll go way out of bounds. As Regent is not quite out of this one. Still down by 10 points, but on a little bit of a momentum, roll of momentum, I should say. As that one goes into number 7 for the Cardinals. Back over the net goes Welcher, over to Downer, over to Whitman. Finds his teammate as that one goes long and does not stay in bounds as the Cardinals have now taken the first set out of 3 here in the Grant Center, as they take a 1-0 set lead here over Regent. We're going to take a quick break here on the Averett Sports Network, but a final score of 25-14 with Fisher taking the first set over Regent of this one. We'll be right back here on the Averett Sports Network in just a moment. To the second set we go here in the Grant Center between the Royals of Regent University, based out of Virginia Beach, Virginia, and St. John's Fisher University out of Pittsford, New York. As they have taken the first set of 3 over Regent University. As it looks like it's James Barone back here for the serve as Regent goes over the net. As Barone finds the net. It is a diving play by number 11. That's Jack DeMaria. As Regent will get the first point in the second set. Whitman back for the serve over to number 7, that's Sonepyth. As the Royals are not quite able to get that ball over the net, that's number 4. That's Sam Parsons not quite able to get the ball over the net. As Sonepyth will be back to set it away here for Downer, I should say, over to Nematai. Back and forth we go here over the set. Good rally here. The big block ends up in the hands of DeMaria. As that one goes over that. Good save and good dig by number 8. That's Jimmy Roberts, able to dig that one out. As Regent goes up by a score of 2-1 here over the Cardinals. Back over the net is Jackson Gray. Whitman. Big block here from the Cardinals gives the home side a point. As the big front line here, there for the Cardinals, that was Colton Welter there to be there for the block. So the Cardinals now tie this game up at 2. As that one goes over the net, a big score from number 4. That's Sam Parsons able to put that one away for the Royals. As the Royals go back over the net. As Fisher's right there, but a little missed tap gives Regent the point as they now go up again by 1. As a good save there by the Regent offense, and the front line right there at the net gives them the point as they have now taken a 4-2 lead here in the Grant Center. Welter on the left side, far side, big block for the far side. As Regent now is still up by a score of 4-3, but as the refs apparently gave that point to St. John's, as they said that one went way out of bounds. So it'll be Cullen here back for the serve as he'll get over to Parsons as Welter's right there for the kill. Welter had a little bit of time to come down with it and gives the Cardinals back yet another tie ball game. Cohen back over to Whitman. Finds the near side, finds the far side. Cohen over to DeMaria. Welter is right there, but it goes long. Welter gives Regent yet another point. As it looks like it'll be number 6 to check in here for the Royals. It's Miguel Harris. As it looks like they'll also give Harris the serve. So Harris will go over, and he'll go way out of bounds. So Harris comes in and knocks it out of bounds and gives Welcher the chance to serve it away here for the Cardinals. Welcher over the net to Downer. Back to Harris. Finds Jackson. Over to Cohen. It's a big block there from the front line for the Royals. Gives the Royals back a point, as they have now taken a 6-5 lead here in the Grant Center. Over the net, over to Welcher. Back to Cohen. Back to Sonepice. Sonepice goes long. As Sonepice gives Regent a 7-5 lead here, as Regent has held a lead longer than Averett ever did in their first match. Back to Cohen. Over the net is Sonepice. Saved by Downer. Big save, as a big block there from Sonepice. Puts that one in bounds and brings the lead to just one for Regent. As it'll be Perez to serve it away over to Harris. Not Harris, but that's number 18. That's Gray. Sorry, that's Larkin. Perez over to Larkin. Larkin finds Harris. Finds Whitman. Over the net to Welcher. Finds Cohen. Little tap over to Downer to the save. Good save by Downer, as Parsons is right there for the save. Cohen back over the net. Downer now again with a save. Harris finds the tap. Over to Perez. Over to Cohen. As another attack here for Regent. Downer with another dig. As the Royals have made a few more excellent digs, as Downer not able to quite dig that one out. As the Cardinals have now taken back a 1-point lead. Perez over to Larkin, back over the net go the Royals. Over the net, over the Downer, another big dig. Whitman, a big block here from Sonepice and Quinn. Now gives the Cardinals a 2-point lead here in the Grant Center. Perez over to Downer, finds Harris on the serve and on the attack, as Harris will give the Royals another point. So the Royals now only really down by one. Back over the net goes Gray. As a big save there from the Royals. Over to Harris for the set. Finds Cohen. Over to De Maria. Back over to Sonepice. A big block there from the Royal front line. As a double tap will be called, as the Royals have now tied this one up at 9, as we have a brand new game here in the Grant Center. Excellent play here by Regent. Saves the game for the Royals. Gray over the net to Welcher. Finds Cohen. Over to Sonepice. Back to Parsons. Sits by Harris. Back to Whitman, who taps over the net for De Maria. Over to Cohen. Binds Welcher. Over to Harris. Harris makes an excellent save. Good save by Gray. Able to keep it in bounds. Over to Whitman. Gets it back over the net. Over to De Maria. Back over to Cohen. Finds the attack on his number 6. That's Gabe Labraderia. as the Cardinals have taken a 10-9 lead here in the second set. As that one goes long off the hands of Welter. As Harris will now check out here for Regent. As that one go over that to Welter. As a strong attack from number 18, Alex Quinn, gives the Cardinals an 11-10 lead here after a good set by his teammate, De Maria. A serve over the net, over to Whitman. Finds the hands of Stonepyth. Back over to Welter. Back over to Whitman. Good back and forth here for De Maria. As a point is given to Regent on the double tap. So this game is now, again, all tied up here at 11. Gray over the net to De Maria. Back over the net to Downer. Downer couldn't quite keep it in bounds, and it goes off his hands. As they'll go down for a kill, and another point here for the Cardinals. It'll be Quinn back to serve here for the Cardinals. Dug out by Parsons. Over to Stonepyth. Set up for Welter. Welter on the attack with a great dig by Downer. As that one goes out off of Parsons. And he'll give the Cardinals a 2-point lead here, 13-11 here in the second set. As that one goes long, and Regent will get a point back. It'll be Parsons back to serve here for Regent as he'll go over to Welter. Back to Welter. Welter on the attack and a strong kill. As Colton Welter puts that one away for St. John's Fisher. An excellent shot on the left side. Gives St. John's Fisher a 2-point lead, and Tyler Cohen back to serve over to Whitman. Finds Stonepyth. Back over to Cohen as Downer not quite able to save that one as the Cardinals are now up by 3. And putting a little bit of space in between them and the Royals. Cohen back over to Parsons, over to Whitman. Finds Jackson as Stonepyth is not able to be there. So that'll be a chance for Preston Nematai to check out here for Regent and get a little bit of a break. So it'll be Harris here back to serve as he's met by De Maria as a strong push saved by Downer and Harris. Gives them yet another point, so now only down by 1. As Harris will be back to serve here for Regent. Harris over the net as he'll go long on his serve. So St. John's will get a 2-point lead thanks to the long serve off the hands of Miguel Harris. It'll be Welter back to serve here for St. John's, and that won't go long, and Regent will get yet another point back. As that one will go into the net off the hands of Sam Parsons. As that'll be 17 for the home side, as Perez will now check out here for the Cardinals. It'll be Taratakaria here as Gray with a strong attack over to Cohen. Finds the hands of number 6, that's Gabe Glauber-Dury. As that one stays in bounds, as that one will go down for a kill off the hands of Glauber-Dury. Robert Dury, sorry. Harris with a little bit of a push over to Whitman. Whitman just taps over the net, over to Welter. Finds Cohen. Over to Stonepyth. As that one looks like it went out of bounds, and it will be a point for Regent. As the home side still up by 2 points here over Regent. Gray over the net to Stonepyth, over to Cohen. Cohen sets it up for Robert Dury as that one goes out of bounds, and it'll be another point here for Regent as Regent is able to keep it to within 1. Gray over the net to Welcher, back to Cohen. Cohen sets it up for number 18. That's Alex Quinn. Quinn is not able to quite get it over the net as Regent has now tied this game up all at 18. We're going to take a break here on the Averett Sports Network as the Cardinals want to talk it over. We'll be right back here on the Averett Sports Network in just a moment. And welcome back to the Averett Sports Network. If you're just joining us, hi, again, I'm White Acapulco. I'm glad to be here with you for the second match of the tri-match here, hosted by Averett University here in Danville, Virginia. We're in the second set of this second match between St. John's Fisher University out of Pittsford, New York, and Regent University out of Virginia Beach, Virginia. If you're online, I'm glad you're here online with me, as you'll be hearing my voice for the rest of the night. Glad to be here with you, as I'll be calling the the rest of this one and the third match between Averett University, the home team, and Regent University, who will be back on the court after this one, as they'll be playing in their second straight game, as that will go long off the hands of Whitman. If you're online joining us from home, I hope that you're comfortable. I hope that you have a good snack, because this is in for a good one, as the both teams have really kept it close between each other. Stonepyth is right there, and it's off the hands of Whitman. There's no way that Whitman was going to stop that one, as that was an absolute missile. As now there will be another timeout here. It looks like Regent now wants to talk it over. So we'll be right back here on the Averett Sports Network in just a moment. And welcome back to the Averett Sports Network for that after that short break. Again, I'm glad you're here with us. If you're joining either online or you're here in the Grant Center watching this one, I hope you're comfortable. As again, you're in for a good one as Regent is now only down by 3 to the Cardinals of St. John's Fisher of Pittsford, New York. As that one gets over to Stonepike, saved by Gray, over to Harris, back to Whitman who knocks it back inbounds. As it's set up for number 16, that's over to Miguel Harris, tipped by Downer, over to Gray. Gray's the one that puts it away for Regent. An excellent shot by Gray to get it back over the net and bring the lead for St. John's to just to within 2. As Whitman will be the one to take it here for the Royals. We'll get over to De Maria. Back over the net is number 15. That's Dreger. Dreger couldn't quite get that one over the net as that one went right into the net. As Regent now only down by 1. So this has been a close game all day long, with Regent able to keep this one to within 1 or 2 points really the whole day. As Whitman will get over to Stonepike. Back to Dreger, back over to Stonepike as a big block there here came from Regent. Back over there, a big block but went out of bounds off the hands of number 17. That's Reich Peter. And number 13, Keith Larkin. As that gives St. John's a 2-point lead. As Whitman's right there, setting up for Parsons. Back to Larkin, over to Stonepike. Sets it up for Dreger. As Parsons is right there. Finds Downer, I should say. As that one goes out of bounds. And it'll be apparently off the hands. It'll be off the, looks like it was off the hands of one of the Cardinals. So it'll be a Regent point. As Regent now is only again down by 1 by a score of 22-21 here in the second set. Now down by 2, 23-21. As the set will come here from the Cougars. Not Cougars, but from the Cardinals. As that one goes over, as that'll be a point here for Regent. As it'll be 23-22 in favor of St. John's Fisher. As Peter will be back here to serve here for the Royals. And he'll go get it over the Stonepike. Sets it up for Welter. Welter puts the Cardinals in 7-point position. Here, 24-22. Looking to take their second set out of 3. So it will be Tyler Cohen here back to serve here for the Cardinals, but Regent wants to talk it over, so we're going to take it with them right here on the Averett Sports Network. by a score of 24-22 here in the second set. St. John's Fisher University is set up for a set point as Tyler Cohen is back for the serve as he'll get it over to Jackson Gray. As he'll get it over to Stonepike, back to Cohen. Taps over the net as that one will go out of bounds off the hands of Parsons. As that'll give St. John's Fisher yet another 2-0 set lead, this time over Regent. As we'll go to the break here on the Averett Sports Network, and we'll be right back in just a little bit for the start of the third set. We'll be right back. Start of set 3 here in Danville of this second match between St. John's Fisher University out of Pittsford, New York, and Regent University out of Virginia Beach, Virginia. As libero number 21, Luke Zimmerman, will check in here for the Cardinals. As Downer will now check in for Regent. As Whitman will be back here to take the serve here for the Royals, as he'll get over the net to Stonepike. Back to Cohen, as the Cardinals have taken the first point out of this third set. After a strong attack from number 9, James Barone. So Cohen will be back to take the serve here for the second serve of the third set, as Larkin is right there for the tap. As that one goes over there on a strong attack from number 6, that's Robert Duryea. So that ties this one up all at one. As Larkin with the serve, but not quite able to get it over the net, so now gives the Cardinals a 2-1 lead. Stone Pyth will serve it away here. We'll get over to Larkin, over to Whitman. Finds Parsons. Parsons gets it over to Zimmerman. Finds Welter, as Welter is able to put that point away for the Cardinals and will give them a 3-1 lead. Stone Pyth over the net to Downer. Back to Whitman. Back over the net. A big block there from Welter and Perez. But goes out of bounds. Ref says point goes to Regent, so it'll be a 3-2 lead here for the Cardinals. Zimmerman over to Cohen. Taps over the net to Robert Duryea. Over to Whitman, over to Zimmerman, back to Cohen. Over to Perez. Back over the net as that one goes long off the hands of Parsons. As that'll be a 2-point lead here now for the Cardinals. Perez over to Parsons, back over to Whitman. Set up for Nematai as Nematai's point is blocked, but will be blocked out of bounds. So the point will still go to the Royals. Harris over the net. Oh, Zimmerman tried to save it, but did. As Whitman digs it out is for Harris. Harris sets it up for Parsons as Parsons goes long. As that'll be a point for the Cardinals on the home side. As it'll be a serve here for James Barone. Barone's serve for the day. Harris over to Parsons, back to Barone, over to Zimmerman. As a long strike goes out of bounds off the hands of Dreger. Brings the lead to just one for Fisher. As that one is struck by Parsons. Gets over to Barone. Over to Welter. Welter's strike is blocked. Parsons pushes it over to Zimmerman. Over to Barone. As Harris tried to dig that one out, but could not hang on. It will be a point for Fisher, for St. John's Fisher, as they'll now take a 2-point lead, 6-4. As Downer digs that one out, finds Harris, back over to Whitman. Whitman tacks it over to Zimmerman, and Zimmerman, as that ball goes out of bounds. As St. John's Fisher has now grown to a 3-point lead. Welter will be the one back to take the serve for as Downer tried to dig it out as Parsons was right there as he dove in front of Parsons. A little bit of a confusing play for Downer and Parsons. Larkin digs that one out as the Royals get the ball back over the net, over to Barone as an attack from Welter ends up in the net, as that one was going to be an absolute missile if it landed on the other side. But it goes right into the net as the lead for St. John's is still 3, but it is now a score of 8-5 in this third set. Barone. Back over the net is number 15. That's off the hands of the Royals, so it'll be now a 4-point lead for St. John's. Whitman over to Harris. Finds Larkin. Over to Welter. Welter sets it up for Barone. Downer saves it. Back to Harris. Over to Whitman. Whitman saves it. Back over to Welter. Set by Barone. Knocked over the net as it'll go all out of bounds off the hands of Drager. Whitman will serve it away here for Regent. Little fake as Sonepipe puts that one away off the hands of Downer. And will give the Cardinals a 4-point lead here, 10-6. Cohen over the net to Downer, over to Whitman, who finds Nematai as a little tap stays in bounds, and a great tap there from number 6. That's Casey Jackson. So this Gabe Robert. So Cohen will be the one to serve it away here for the Cardinals, as Downer will find it over to Whitman. Finds Larkin. Big block by the front line for the Cardinals. Saved by Downer. Over to Nematai. Saved by Sonepipe. As a strong attack is saved by Downer from Welter. Over to Zimmerman. Tapped by Cohen. Over the net goes the Cardinals. Back to Downer. Over to Larkin. As Larkin puts that one away for the Royals. So a great rally here ends up resulting in a point here for Regent. As Larkin gets over that to Zimmerman. As Sonepipe gets it over to the net, but big block there on the front line. Over to Downer. Over to Nematai. Nematai saves it for Whitman. Whitman fake over to Parsons as that one lands right out of bounds. Just about a half a foot. And gives the Cardinals now a 5-point lead with Sonepipe set to take the serve here for St. John's. As Larkin is not quite able to dig that one out. And it looks like they have to mop up the court due to sweat on the court, so just to make sure that players stay safe and no one gets hurt, because we never want our players hurt. Sonepipe over the net to Parsons, as Parsons is not quite able to keep it in bounds. So we'll go back to St. John's. So Stone Pyth on the serve. Back to Downer. Downer with the set. Back to Whitman. Over to Nematai. And Nematai puts it away. What a great team play by Nematai and Downer to put that one away on the near side. As Parsons not quite able to put that one away. Sorry, that was Reich Peter not quite able to put that one away. As the Cardinals have now taken a 15-8 lead here in Danville. Back over the net is Tagoria. Over to Welter. Downer saves it, but not quite able to keep it in bounds. As that'll be another point here for St. John's Fisher. That'll be a serve over the other side as Nematai's right there, but a big block. But it just touches it out of bounds is Welter. Touching out of bounds, I should say, is Welter, as he'll give Regent their 9th point of the set. As Perez and Taratagoria will check out here for St. John's. As that one is put away by number 6. That's Robert Durire. So Barone will now be back to take the serve here for St. John's. As that one was saved by Downer. Dug out by Downer, I should say. Over to Parsons. Says Parsons. That attack from Parsons did not quite stay in bounds. So that'll be an 18-9 lead here for St. John's, as Regent now wants to talk it over. So we're going to take a quick break with him. We'll be right back here on the Averett Sports Network. There will be a serve here for Regent, it looks like. I'm sorry, no, it looks like it'll be James Barone back here for Regent. As he'll get it over to Downer, over to Harris, who knocks it over the net here for Gray. Back to Harris, over to Downer, over to Parsons. Parsons off the hands of Zimmerman, and it goes out of bounds. A great job by Parsons to knock it off the hands of Zimmerman and to put that one away, as it'll bring the lead to just 8 now here for St. John's. As that one will go over the net. Set up by Barone. Over to Welcher off the hands of Downer. As it was out of bounds anyways, so the ref first said it was off of Downer, but now he said it was off of St. John's, so it'll be a point for Regent. As Parsons will take the serve over to Zimmerman, back to Barone. As St. John's puts that point away. And they are now 6 points from match point here and taking a 3-0 set sweep here in Danville. Welcher back for the serve. As that one goes into the net, finds Harris. Finds Larkin as Larkin's strike goes long. And it'll be another point here for St. John's, and they are now 5 away from ending this one. Welcher gets it over to Parsons. Parsons over to Zimmerman, back to Barone. Barone sets it up for Stonepyth as that one goes long, and it'll be a point back for Regent. As it'll be Larkin here for the serve. Over to Stonepyth, back to Barone. Back to Parsons as Parsons is not able to put that one away. Quinn over to Parsons, over to Harris. Over to Larkin. Larkin just taps it over the net with a little bit of a tap. Long goes Dreger as Dreger is not able to keep it in bounds. So it'll be a point for Regent. As Harris will now check out here for Regent. And we'll get a bit of a break. Over the net goes Whitman, over to the other side, over to Downer, back over to Larkin. Larkin over to Zimmerman, puts over to Barone, finds Welcher. Welcher puts it away. Welcher with a great shot over the back line, able to make sure that none of the Royals were in reach of that one. It'll be Tyler Cohen here, back for the serve as Downey's able to set it for Whitman. Back over to Larkin. Larkin finds Zimmerman. Zimmerman right there over to Cohen, over to Perez, over to Downer. Finds Nematai. As Barone is right there for the kill. Sorry, that's Robert Dire. Able to put that one away. As Cohen and his team are now only 2 points away here from match point, as that one helps. As that one landed just out, says the referee. So Regent is still in this one. Only down by 8. Larkin back over to Zimmerman. Over to Stonepyth. As that one goes out of bounds. And it'll be set point and match point here for St. John's. As Downer finds that one over to Whitman. Finds Nematai. Stonepyth saves it. Back to Perez. Over to Larkin. Over to Whitman. Over to Nematai, finds Zimmerman. Over to Barone, over to Robert Dire. Parsons. Cohen, over to Welcher. Welcher puts that one away and puts this match away here for St. John's Fisher. As they take a 25-14 win in the third set and put a 3-0 set sweep away for their team. As they take yet another win and move to 2-0 here on tonight, and I should say end tonight going 2-0. As we now come to the third and final match for tonight, is the Averett University Cougars take on Regent University. We'll be right back here in a little less than an hour here for the third and final match of tonight. Stick around, folks, for you're in for a good one.